Burton Show.
Pleased to be joined by Coach Philip Fulmer.
Oh, Hall of Famer. You know, he's in Nashville quite a bit.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
I'm in Nashville a lot. I don't know all this basketball talk. Who are these people you're talking to? Coach K and Patino. I'm just great times again on Rocky Top. We put the letters up on top of the stadium. It's fantastic.
Greg Fogg and News Channel 5's John Burton. WNSR. Nashville Sports Radio. 560 AM, 95.9 FM, Brentwood, Nashville, 107.9 FM, Smyrna, Nashville's first 24-hour sports station. WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
ABC News, I'm Elwyn Lopez. A key gauge of inflation shows the slowing of price increases last month.
For the 12 months that ended in June, the Commerce Department's Personal Consumption Expenditures Price Index rose 3% compared to 3.8% in May. Take out energy and food prices, and the core PCE showed prices rising 4.1% from June to June, slightly below what economists expected. The same report shows Americans spending more last month than they did in May. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Former President Trump facing new charges in the special counsel's classified documents case. Trump and his aide, Walt Nauta, are facing new counts of obstruction along with a new defendant of attempting to delete surveillance video at the Florida State last summer. 150 million Americans facing heat alerts across the country. The most populated areas of the Northeast, including New York City and D.C., could see the hottest temperatures of the season. This is ABC News.
Why do you change your car's air filter? Because when it's clogged, it doesn't work. The same is true of your nose, the body's air filter. It's great at trapping allergens, dust, and viruses, but unless you clean it regularly, they can stay trapped, making you miserable. I'm Martin Hogue, inventor of Navage, the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, helping to flush out allergens, mucus, and germs. Here's a testimonial from a verified purchaser and a big Navage fan. Quote, I've been suffering for 30 years with chronic sinus infections and allergies. I stumbled across Navage. The suction is amazing. It cleared my sinus cavities better than anything I've tried before. Unquote. Navage has over 120,000 reviews with a 4.6-star average written by people who use Navage to breathe better, snore less, and feel healthier. Wash your body's air filter with Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Have you ever met a single person in your life that enjoys paying taxes? No, no one does. If you can't sleep at night because you have a huge problem with the IRS, I've got some free advice for you. This service is strictly limited to individuals that owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. And if you qualify, we can guarantee that you won't be writing a big fat check to the IRS, or our services cost you nothing. The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean right now, to learn more.
800-649-0142. 800-649-0142. 800-649-0142. That's 800-649-0142.
Listen, you can't handle the truth. It's about to go off. Live from the WNSR Strike and Spare studios.
Just a bit outside.
It's the Mcfarland Show with Darren Mcfarland and Fox 17's Justin McFarland.
Show me the money!
Call or text now. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Call us or send us a text on the WNSR text line. 615-844-5600. 615-844-5600. Call or text. Same number.
Oh, righty then.
Now, the McFarland Show with Darren and Justin.
And a good Friday afternoon to you. And yes, it is time for the McFarland Show here on WNSR. Darren and Justin here with you on a hot day.
Yes, it is. High today of 99.
When I got in the car on the way here, 102 is what the temperature gauge said. 102. 502.
That's hot.
I'm like, oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah, it's that kind of deal.
Yeah. Hope everybody's having a great day to this point. Intern Alec is alongside. We are live here in the Strike and Spare Family Fun Center studio. A lot of stuff going on already. Second day that the Titans have been out on the field, so we'll get a lot of flavor of Titans training camp. Today on the show, Phil Steele, the one and only Phil Steele, who covers college football like nobody's business, is coming up in about 10 minutes or so. Looking forward to that conversation. In the second hour, around 3:20, former Vanderbilt great Drew Maddox, longtime CPA coach, no longer their basketball coach, but spent a long time there as their boys basketball coach. We're going to tell you what he just did recently.
Yeah,
have a little fun with that.
Internet sensation.
Yeah.
Drew Maddox.
And in the record books.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
With a friend of the station, a big part of our station, was a big part of this as well. We'll explain coming up at 3:20. The Jalen Ramsey news, remember yesterday, it was not good for the Dolphins and the Bengals when it came to training camp. You had Joe Burrow go down with a right calf injury. There's been no new news on that front.
No.
And look, here's the news. We're not going to see him until week one.
We weren't going to see him until week one anyway.
I understand, but actually he was kind of talking about he's always been hurt during camp.
Yeah.
And hasn't played at all, hardly, in preseason or camp. He's been basically a ghost until week one.
Yeah.
And it felt like his conversations where he was looking forward to actually participating this year.
Well,
that's no longer the case.
No.
That is out the window.
That's not happening.
So he is in the midst of getting a new deal. You just saw Justin Herbert sign the richest contract in NFL history.
Yep.
Before that, you saw Lamar Jackson sign his big deal. So the quarterbacks.
Jalen Ramsey. Not Jalen Ramsey. I'm sorry.
Jalen Hurts.
Excuse me. Jalen
So
Hurts.
you've seen all these quarterbacks sign their second deals. And you know where Joe Burrow stands in that group. And so, quite honestly, I know it's the Bengals, so that's the tricky part.
Yeah.
It's the Bengals.
Yeah.
And they don't seem to be able to make anything, look easy or smart because they haven't been a smart organization over the years or over the decades. It seems like it shouldn't be that hard, because you've got some great examples to go off of. And I suspect Joe Burrow is going to get more than Justin Herbert. He will then sign the richest contract in NFL history here soon. The point is, he is no way he's stepping on the field again until that's done.
No, you got to get that done.
Not after yesterday.
No, you got to get that done. Get the ink dry on that.
So we will not see Joe Burrow, I don't think, anymore until when's their game? September 10th, their first game?
Probably.
So he's done until September 10th. And I believe it's against don't they open up against the Browns? Look that up.
To be honest with you, I don't.
Alec, Bengals. Who do they open up against? I think it's the Brownies. Little division tilt.
Yeah.
It is Cleveland.
Yeah. How about that?
At Cleveland.
September the 10th.
So he is done until September 10th. The next piece of news we hear on Joe Burrow is either going to be a new contract or, a big fat contract, the richest contract in NFL history, or maybe we'll get some news on, what exactly is the extent of his calf injury. The other news yesterday was the injury to Jalen Ramsey, Nashvilleian Jalen Ramsey, now with the Miami Dolphins. I don't know if people knew that, but he is now with the Dolphins. He is no longer a member of the Los Angeles Rams. He's with the Dolphins.
Back in Florida.
He got hurt. It was a knee injury. They said his ACL was intact, but apparently, according to Ian Rappaport, Alec, he tore up his meniscus?
It looks like he had a full meniscus repair. Yep, and then he's going to be out until December.
Okay.
Likely out until December. But the tweet also doesn't make sense because it says it's knocking him out for half the year, and then says he's going to be out till December.
Yeah, that's more
that
than
doesn't
half
really
the year.
make sense.
That doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, if he's out till December, that is more than half of the season. So I'm a little. I've had meniscus surgery, and quite honestly, I've torn my ACL. I've had all kinds of knee issues over the years. If you're going to get a knee problem, meniscus is the knee problem to have, because even for somebody like me, and this was just a couple of years ago, meniscus was I was back at it. Well, I was back. I mean, I wasn't trying to suit up to play a football game, obviously.
Okay.
But I'm saying I was back at it pretty normal, pretty fast. I mean, really fast. So, I mean, but you said a full meniscus repair.
Yeah.
I don't think I didn't have anything to that extent. That sounds a lot more rigorous.
Yesterday they seemed more optimistic than it was today. They were like, there's no damage to the ACL. It's intact. And everyone's like, okay, that he's probably fine. And now
looks like
he's out till December.
Looks like they were checking the wrong thing. They said that also that he's expected to come back for the playoff push, the late season playoff push.
The playoff push.
According to Ian Rappaport.
Oh, well, are they calling their shot?
Listen.
It's July, so the Dolphins will be in the playoff hunt. So they're saying we will definitely be a playoff team.
Ian Rappaport says Ramsey expects to be back on the field for the playoff push. He spoke to the team yesterday to help inspire and lead despite him not being on the field. So yeah.
What if they're 3-8 at that point? Are they
then
still
obviously no,
in a playoff push?
There won't be a playoff push then if he's 3-8.
So this helps Darren's Jets.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh, let me just tell you.
One of the playoff teams from last year.
The Jets thing for me just gets juicier and juicier and juicier, because right before the show I told you guys that there is a site on Twitter, or I'm calling it Twitter. I don't care what they call it.
I'm calling it Twitter as well.
Just you whatever you want to do. If
we'll get around
want to change your
calling it
name, then
else.
whatever. You change your name. I'm calling it Twitter. It's called NFL Rumors. Now you're like, what NFL
that thing?
Rumors?
Oh, not the NFL Rumors thing.
Why,
Is that who's reporting
They have 235,000 followers.
And so what? Doesn't mean anything.
And a blue check mark.
Yeah.
Well, you can buy it. I have a blue check mark.
Doesn't mean
Well, they
anything.
had it before, though.
Doesn't mean anything. I don't put a
It
lot of
says
stock into
the
them.
official NFL Twitter account of the one and only NFL Rumors.
Yeah.
Number one NFL page for all your breaking NFL news and NFL rumors. Featured on ESPN, Sirius XM, and CBS Sports.
I'm sure. That's fine.
So are you saying you're poo-pooing NFL Rumors?
All I'm saying is this. And this goes for any news organization like this, or if you want to call it news, whatever. Look back through the old stuff. That's all I'm saying. Scroll back.
Okay.
Just scroll back, and I'm not talking about, a week. I'm talking about scroll back a few months. Look at the rumors and see what came true and what didn't.
Have you done
and
this?
Then test it.
Experiment? Have you done it?
With them in particular?
Yeah.
Last year I did. Not this year. This year I haven't really looked at them at all. I've kind of dismissed them. But hey.
Well,
now some people take down things too that don't happen.
Does Pro Football Talk? Do they hit on their rumors?
No, but the difference is Pro Football Talk with Mike Florio actually puts his name on the line for things and says, I'm Mike Florio. I have connections in the NFL. I'm hearing this.
So you're saying NFL Rumors is Oz. They're behind the curtain.
They're behind the curtain. They're accountable
X.
to no one.
They're X.
They're X.
Okay.
They're accountable to no one.
Okay.
In journalism, what we were taught anyway. I'm like, excuse me, get off my lawn. This is the Justin get off my lawn segment, apparently. But the whole key is you say something, you're accountable for it because you have a name. So if you hear from me, I would hope it would be true or not. And it depends on how much you care whether or not something is true. Now that's the whole other thing. If the audience doesn't care if anything's true anymore, then it doesn't matter. Then sure, go for it. Knock yourself out.
Look, I said who it was. I didn't say there's just stuff out there floating. I said where I got it from. They are putting out there, their rumor is, they said there are rumors swirling, and maybe it's only at NFL Rumors on Twitter that it's where it's swirling.
So who's swirling them?
That the Raiders, Devontae Adams, could be asking for a trade soon to join the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And they're going to get Cook as
Well,
well.
Look, let me just tell
that's
you
going
right
to happen
now,
too.
This is going to be.
I can't wait for the Jets to win like 6 games.
If they get Cook and Adams, and don't make and they flop, it won't happen. But if they flop, is this equivalent to the Redskins when they tried to do the? No, it's not, because that was like Bruce Smith, Deion Sanders. They were all guys towards the end of their career.
Guys
like Devontae Adams isn't done.
Mid to late 30s.
Dalvin Cook isn't done. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is done.
I think him paired up with Breece Hall would be dangerous. Breece Hall is legit.
He is, right.
And that's a scary duo.
But he's got to be healthy. I mean, that's the thing. We haven't seen Breece Hall stay healthy.
Is he supposed to be ready for the season? When did he tear his ACL? Midway through?
No, I'm not even sure it was midway. I know because I remember my fantasy team. No, it was not. No, it was early.
I don't know. He was
because I had Breece Hall.
Okay,
and I was very disappointed because he looked great. So I want to say I'm going to go with October, sometime in October.
Look that up. Yeah, but he looked insane with Dalvin Cook. I don't know who stops that right now. That's probably the best duo in the league.
I mean, is this why Aaron Rodgers took a $35 million pay cut?
I guess. They're just going to stack the team.
Right. Are they going to bring in Cook and Adams?
Right. Yeah. Adams is tricky because just to make the trade work.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
Cook,
I don't
Cook is going to happen. I'll guarantee that.
So that is out there swirling. Just putting that out there. Sure. Swirling.
Yeah.
Now, that may be swirling in the toilet. I don't know.
The rumors, yeah.
Because things swirl in a toilet as well. So I don't know. I'm just putting that out there that is something that was tweeted out.
Okay. Something that was tweeted out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. On an account that has 235,000 followers.
Week 7 for Breece Hall.
Yep, so that was October.
7. Yep, so about halfway through, almost.
Listen, I can find an attractive young woman on Twitter with more followers than that. Would you believe what they said about this?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Give me some NFL.
If it's the followers,
juicy
if
stuff.
it's the followers, that's the thing. Well, they've got 235,000 followers. Well, okay, all right then. I can probably find, I don't know who, but I can probably find somebody out there with a little bit more followers.
If you want to be the baby Ruth in the Punch Bowl, that's fine.
No, I'm not trying to listen. I'm just trying to warn everybody about where they're getting their information. That's
you
all.
can be the Tootsie Roll swirling. That's fine. Okay, I'm just putting it out there in Radio Land for all the listeners to know that somebody is saying there's something swirling.
Somebody is saying that something is swirling.
Swirling about Devontae Adams and the Jets.
Yes. Are these the same people that said that Ryan Tannehill was being traded to the Jets as well, and conversations were ongoing? Or maybe it was Derrick Henry being traded to the Bills, and no?
Keep going. You got more examples.
Because there are more things.
Yeah, there's more examples.
Jeffrey Simmons is unhappy.
Kevin Byard
is about to be cut. These things, because that was on Twitter too.
It was.
Somebody tweeted that out too.
That was. Yep.
Okay.
I didn't say all things happen on Twitter. I just said this is what was tweeted out. So we'll see.
That's fine.
We'll see. All right, we'll come back. Phil Still. We'll have a really good college football discussion with him. If you have never seen his magazine, wow. Where have you been? It's fantastic. We'll talk to him next here on the McFarland Show, WNSR.
In a single moment, everything can change. When a player's sudden cardiac event brought a national football game to a halt, it shone a spotlight on the importance of CPR readiness. Now, with youth sports in full swing, the American Heart Association is rallying parents and coaches to be ready in an emergency. To be ready, learn hands-only CPR. It's a skill anyone can learn in minutes. Visit heart.org/hands-only-CPR and become a lifesaver today.
Nashville, start your engines. The Big Machine Music City Grand Prix is coming to the streets of downtown Nashville. Experience 3 days of racing, music, family fun zone, food trucks, and more. The Big Machine Music City Grand Prix is August 4th through August 6th. From stadium super trucks flying through the air to open wheel IndyCar racing that turns right. The Big Machine Music City Grand Prix has something for every race fan. There's music all day, every day. And don't miss the Friday and Saturday night concert under the stars. And they have rides for the kids provided by Wesley Mortgage. The streets of Music City come alive August 4th through August 6th. The Big Machine Music City Grand Prix. Grab your tickets before they're gone and log on to MusicCityGP.com. The Big Machine Music City Grand Prix. It's more than a race. It's a festival.
Post-COVID travel is on a surge. Many of you are traveling for fun because you've been locked up for 2 years. Listen, whether you're traveling for fun to Italy, Greece, Spain, France, or somewhere else fun in the world, or USA, now is a great time to book before the crowds hit and save. Plus, with a strong U.S. dollar, you'll get more travel bang for your buck. Right now is a smart time to make your reservations and call low-cost airlines. With one phone call, you can let us do all the work for free. We'll shop hundreds of airlines, hotels, resorts, and give you a way to save huge money on your vacation plans. And if you call right now, we'll give you a free hotel room with a qualified travel purchase. So call right now.
800-704-1662. 800-704-1662. 800-704-1662. That's 800-704-1662.
With 13 locations nationally, including Smyrna, Star Leasing Company is a semi-trailer one-stop shop and the perfect place to build a career as a semi-trailer mechanic. Seeking candidates with all levels of experience, Star Leasing Company has a semi-trailer technician trainee program with sign-on and quarterly bonuses and other opportunities such as $1,000 for having a yearly physical. Package also includes 401k with company match, health, dental, and vision insurance, competitive pay with weekly paychecks, and paid holidays and time off. Star Leasing Company, not your typical semi-trailer leasing company. It's starleasing.com to learn more.
It's a Bill King Show.
Lake Norman Buckeye. Bill will Saban actually coach that 24 quarterback. At some point, he's got to hang it up. Nothing lasts forever. I want to repeat, Nick Saban is doing his favorite thing right now. He's not trying to get to a moment in life to where he can go sit on the beach.
Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on Sports Radio 560 on 95.9 FM.
You're listening to The Mcfarland Show live on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
As promised here on The Mcfarland Show, back here live in the Strikers Fair Family Fun Center studio. Hope everybody's having a great day. Darren and Justin here with you. You know, you've heard me say this for a long, long time. There is no better college football magazine in the world than Phil Steele College Mag. And it is out. It is available, ready for the 2023 season. And the man behind all that, Oz, although he doesn't, I don't think, operate behind a curtain, he's out there. Everybody knows who Phil Steele is, and he now joins us. Phil, how we doing?
Yeah, I am doing great, Darren. Always good to hear your voice, my friend.
Yeah, it is always a pleasure doing this because I reference your magazine all the time for many, many years because if you're a college football fan, and certainly we know here in Nashville and in the South, there are a ton of you. If you're not familiar, one, I'm surprised, but I'm sure you are familiar. This is the magazine you need. I want to start there. How much has NIL changed what you do? Actually, not NIL, excuse me. Transfer portal. These kids moving around constantly, juggling. How does that change or make things a little bit more difficult for you with all your research and rosters and everything you have to put together to put out one of these every year?
You know, it clearly makes it a lot more difficult. We'll be in a month. I could say the magazine takes 7 months to put out. So we start the Sunday after Thanksgiving and go all the way through the June 7th. And during the transfer portal, when it's open, it seems sometimes almost hourly, someone will pop in my office, hey, so-and-so's in the portal, or hey, so-and-so signed. We're readjusting pages. We do it in a 3 write-through process. The first write-through is a postseason write-through where we read through every article that was written about the team during the course of the year and do our recap of each position. The second write-through is a pre-spring where we get the rosters. And then the third is after talking to the head coaches. And this year I talked to 123 of the 133 head coaches. But every day that transfer portal is open, we're getting it. And even after the transfer portal closed on May 15th, I didn't go to the press for 3 weeks later because I wanted to capture all the moves. And each coach had my cell phone number, and I said, look, we go to the press June 7th. You get somebody June 6th, text me or call me. I'll get them on the page. I wanted my pages to be highly accurate. So we captured 97% of the portal changes. But the thing it has done is it's not only made it more difficult during those 7 months to keep track of everything, but we used to go to the press in May and come out early June. Now we have to go to the press June 8th and come out July 4th because frankly we got to get the right teams on the right players on the right teams. There were magazines that were hitting the newsstands late May, early June, which means they had to go to the press before the portal even closed.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's one thing to try to keep up with where these players are going, who's in the portal, who's on the move. Do they go back to their school? Are they somewhere new? Now you got to deal with the teams. And we just had SEC Media Days right here in our city. And, of course, the big talk, this will be the final year. And then next year it'll be Oklahoma and Texas in the SEC. We know UCLA and USC is on the move in the Big Ten. And then today's news is, hey, Colorado, come on back. We need you in the Big 12. Now you can't even keep up with the teams and what conferences they're in. What do you think of one, that news, and what does this mean for the Pac-12, Phil? Is the Pac-12 about to dissolve, or are they going to be doing what everybody else? We thought this about the Big 12, right? About 5 years ago or whatever the time frame was. We thought, man, the Big 12 is dead. Well, it's not dead. They just keep adding. Is that what the Pac-12 is going to have to do?
Yeah, Darren, you stole my thunder there. I was going to say that exact same thing was, right now it looks bad for the Pac-12, but if you would have asked me a couple years ago when Texas and Oklahoma announced they were leaving the Big 12, I would have said, Big 12 is toast, my friend. They are done. These teams are going to go to the Pac-12. They'll go to the Big 10. They're going to move everywhere. The Big 12 is done, and now the Big 12 is back. So I'm not going to discount the chances of the Pac-12 surviving. I just wish they'd sign a damn TV deal, and once they do, I hope it's something we can watch. Yeah. The Pac-12 network's not even available where I am. It's pretty tough watching those Pac-12 games. So it's hopefully they sign a deal, but it's an ever-changing thing of college football, and you wonder when it's going to stop. But I'll say this: in 1995, the Southwest Conference was in its final year, and it was the first year of my magazine. And at that time, I was like, holy cow, no Southwest Conference. Texas is moving to the Big 8, and, Arkansas and Texas A&M are moving to the Southeast. I don't like all this, but it's turned out to be pretty normal now.
I'm going to save this. This is called The Two of Us Know Each Other. I'm going to save and let Justin ask you about Deion Sanders, because Justin went to an HBCU school. Obviously, Deion is coming from one. How do you think he's going to – I'm sure he's going to ask you, how do you think he's going to fare in the big boy conferences now?
Well, I will now, sure.
Well, and by the way, we're also the flagship station, Phil, of Tennessee State. Of course, head coach Eddie George, and so we carry TSU football games. And ironically, their first game this season is at Notre Dame, so that'll be really, really cool. First HBCU school to go to South Bend and play the Fighting Irish. So I guess I just stole your thunder. Justin, do you want to just jump in and make it official and ask, or do you want to wait?
Well, I think you've kind of already done it. So why don't you just go ahead? How do you think Deion Sanders is going to do on the big boy conference schedule now?
That's a great question, Darren. And, a couple of things with Deion. First of all, I love the talent he's brought in there. I mean, they have brought in some big-time upgrades at almost every single position. You look at quarterback, I think Shadur Sanders is a big upgrade over what they had last year. Running back, they bring in Alton McCaskill from Houston, Cavassier Smoke from Kentucky. They bring in a true freshman, and Dylan Edwards, who's my number 14 rated running back out of high school. They have talent at running back, talent at receiver with Travis Hunter, Xavier Weaver coming over from USF. The offensive line, it brings in a whole bunch of transfers. But I wonder how quickly these guys are going to be able to assimilate and become a team, considering a lot of them weren't even there in the spring. I mean, you watch the spring game, and they're talking about this guy's a star and this guy's a star, and then half those guys left. So, they have to put this team together in basically 30 days. I don't know if that's a possibility. They're playing in the Pac-12, which, despite all the troubles the Pac-12 is having, is a very tough conference. They are loaded with teams at the top. When I look at Colorado, I see an over-under win total this year in Vegas of 3.5. I sort of had them at 3. It's a game where they're going to be an underdog in a lot of games. They might surprise somebody, but I think it's going to be pretty tough the first year. Now, overall, I think once Deion gets this thing set up and now has a team next year that participates in the spring, and he's not totally revamping the roster, I think Colorado can be very productive. And, one thing about Tennessee State, guys, I'd like to throw this out to you, is that this year, for the first time ever, we've had FCS magazines in the past. I haven't done one for 3 or 4 years, but we're actually have an FCS magazine right now with 2 full pages on every FCS team, including Tennessee State. 2 full pages on Tennessee State, and that's available at philsteele.com. So just thought I'd throw that out there if there's any Tennessee State or FCS fans.
Nice plug.
There
Well
you go,
done.
Phil.
Phil's still on the line with us. College Football Magazine is out in 2023 and is an edition you want to get because Phil breaks it down. If you want the info, he's got it. So one of the big talks here at SEC Media Days in our backyard was Alabama, when Nick Saban has been there, has never gone 3 years. Okay? 3, and this is the third year. And everybody wants to know, are they back? Or is the new storyline going to be, oh, Nick Saban's lost it. He's old. He should retire. The game's passed him by, because you know how this works, Phil. So what do you think of this upcoming season for Alabama?
Yeah, and, I think if you look at it just on paper, this is a lightly experienced team. They were number 127 on my experience chart. 5 starters back on offense, 5 on defense. They don't know who their quarterback is, and they've got a pretty tough schedule, as always. You look at them and you say, yeah, it's rebuilding time. But what you said, Alabama, the last 2 years, has been preseason number 1. The Nick Saban's won a grand total of 1 national title when preseason number 1. However, take him not preseason number 1, he's dangerous. The last time was 2020. They entered the year number 3. They finished 13-0, won the national title. They've got the talent. They've got Nick Saban. And I think no matter who wins the starting quarterback job, whether it be Tyler Buckner, Jalen Milroe, Ty Simpson, whoever wins the job should have a good year. They've got a great supporting cast. They do get Texas and Tennessee at home. And, Alabama has struggled on the road the last 2 years. In fact, I think Alabama's toughest game this year might be at Texas A&M in College Station, where they lost the last time they traveled there. But I do have Alabama getting back to the playoff, and you put Nick Saban in the playoff, he's got a shot at winning it all. So I'd go more with the former, that Bama's got a shot at winning it all, rather than the Alabama dynasty is completely over.
Probably a safe bet. Now, here in this state, obviously, Josh Heupel, that next step, nobody saw 11 wins last season. It happened. Of course, that big win in Knoxville over Alabama, the big bowl win over Clemson. There's real pressure, Phil, because the hype train is huge. It's loud, storming down the tracks. The question is, can you do it again? Or can you even be better? What do you think of this Volunteers team this upcoming season?
I think a lot is going to depend on week 3 when they travel to face Florida. Tennessee's had problems with Florida in the past, finally got over that hump last year. If they can continue to get over that hump, you look at the start of the season, it's strong. When they play Texas A&M, and I'm very high on Texas A&M this year, they do catch the Aggies off a big game versus Alabama, and Tennessee's off a bye week. So you have to favor Tennessee in that one. This is a team that could very easily be 6-0 when they travel to face Bama on the road. In fact, probably will be favored in the first 6 games this year. That's going to be a big test. The home game against Georgia is going to be a big test. And in my mind, the key to Tennessee's success this season is one number, and that would be the interception total. If Joe Milton can be like Hendon Hooker last year, remember Hendon Hooker only threw 2 interceptions all year. He's got the arm strength. He's got something that NFL scouts are drooling over. He's got a better supporting cast. You look at the running backs, receivers. I like Dante Thornton coming in from Oregon. The offensive line, defense both seem to be improved. I think Tennessee has a shot at Georgia November 18th. Should be a great game. They get them at home, and it won't be like last year when Tennessee was number 1 in the polls, or in the college football playoff poll, and Georgia was all motivated over that and at home. This year it's going to be at Tennessee, and the Volunteers are in a good situation. So I think they do have a shot at getting back to last year's level. The over-under win total on Tennessee's 9.5. If you said pick one or the other, I'd go with the over 9.5. I think it's going to be a good year, and they are the only legitimate contender in my mind in the East to Georgia.
Yeah. I want to ask you about a very interesting topic, and that is what I call the old guard. And this is what I mean. The Midwestern schools that are known as traditional college football powerhouses, Nebraska, Michigan, Penn State, Notre Dame. These are teams that have long legacies, but have not had a lot of really big recent success. Michigan may be the rare exception here. They've done well the last couple of years, but still no national championships. Do you believe that the college football landscape is made these days for teams like that out of the old Midwest and the heartland to succeed?
I think they can definitely succeed. You go back and take a look at your hotbeds of college football for high school recruits. One, Justin, would be the state of Florida naturally. One would be the state of Texas. You'd have to include Florida, Georgia in the same area, California, and the other one's Ohio. Ohio has a lot of big-time recruits. So, I think Ohio State's always up there recruiting-wise. They showed last year when Ohio State played Georgia in the bowl game. If Ohio State makes that field goal, Ohio State's your returning national champ. I think they would have beaten TCU just as handily as Georgia did in that game. They are number 2 in my power poll. This might be Jim Harbaugh's best team he has put on the field. In fact, I think it is, in his 9 years, the best team. And now, of all the big teams this year, they're the only one with the veteran quarterback. Penn State would not be considered Midwest, but they are in the Big Ten. Nebraska, I think it's going to take them a couple of years. I don't know if Nebraska's ever going to get back to what they were, because unlike Ohio and Michigan, which are right there around Ohio, Nebraska isn't right there. They're not close enough to Texas, sort of out in the middle of the country. So I don't think we'll see Nebraska get back to it, but I do think Michigan and Ohio State are worthy of being up there. And when you mention Notre Dame, I think Notre Dame's going to surprise you this year. When I look at Notre Dame, they're very talented on the defensive side of the ball with Marcus Freeman there. Last year they used a backup quarterback all year. This year they got Sam Hartman, one of the best quarterbacks in the country. They have a very deep running back core led by Audric Estime and Jadarian Price, Davian Ford. They moved Chris Tyree out the slot receiver. The offensive line is solid. They get Ohio State at home. They get USC at home. You might see Notre Dame contending for a playoff spot this year as well. So Notre Dame, Michigan, Ohio State, I think are all legitimate playoff contenders this year.
And I want to correct myself. I understand why Penn State is not a Midwestern team. Apologies on that. But when I say that, I mean just cold. Places where it's cold the majority of the fall and the winter. And that's how I group them all into that same category there. But point taken and noted there, sir. I do understand. I wanted to also ask you about FBS versus FCS. You told me a second ago you've included a new FCS edition of your publication here. And we locally have a team that is now considering moving from FCS to FBS here, and that's Austin State, Austin P.
Yeah.
Lord, man, Austin P. State University here. Why do you think that is? Why do you think teams are making that move? What is the financial advantage from going from FCS to FBS?
I guess it would just be the TV contract money, that you get for joining a conference would have to be the big thing, because you have to pay out more scholarships. The FCS has less scholarships than does the FBS. And naturally, I think if you're heading into the FBS, now you got to deal with the NIL. You're competing against other schools, basically buying players. Let's call it like it is. That's what the NIL has turned out to, and so you'd have to compete that way as well. But it's just attractive. You get more TV. I remember when the FCS had the spring only league. I was really looking forward to that. I thought it was going to be on ESPN, and you'd be able to watch games. You could hardly even watch any FCS games when it was spring only, which disappointed me. So I think just the TV coverage and the TV money would probably be the two reasons to go up. And I'll tell you what, guys, it's making my magazine bigger every year. I'm up to 100. I remember the first year of the magazine, I covered 88 teams. This year I'm up to 133. It's going to be 134 next year. How big is this thing going to go?
It could get really big here, I guess, here, if it keeps moving in this direction. The last question I have for you is not a football question. It's more of a media publication question. You're still putting out magazines in 2023 when everything's digital. How are you still producing and selling and moving on with magazines in a day and age where everything seems to be, digital in the palm of people's hands and people are not stopping and perusing magazine racks as much as they used to?
I appreciate that question, Justin. And I'll say this: the Penn State thing, that was me. I was looking at my magazine. I was calling Penn State in the mix, and then I said, "Oh no, they're not in the Midwest." Going back to your question, so that was my mistake. But here's the key thing: let's compare my magazine to the internet. So you take the magazine and you've got your 2 full pages on every team. You guys have used the magazine for years, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Long time.
Yes, sir.
Okay, close your eyes and point to a score from 3 years ago. You know exactly where to look. Point your eyes and go to who was last year's leading rusher for App State. You know exactly where to look.
Yeah.
Who's the starting left tackle for Oregon State? I mean, it takes you seconds to look that up. Meanwhile, go on the internet and go to Oregon State's website. And then how many clicks away are you from actually finding Oregon State's left tackle? Mm-hmm. How many clicks are you away from finding a score from App State from 3 years ago? How many clicks are you away from getting an individual leader? You're probably 5, 6, 7, and every website's set up differently. So you're 5, 6, 7 clicks away from finding that information. Or close your eyes, flip to the page. There you go. You got it. You got the quick, easy answer. And if you do radio, which you guys do, it's a quick, easy reference on the radio. Somebody asks you a question, you flip to the page, you're an instant expert on the team. So that's the advantage to the magazine. And the good thing is we're among the best-selling magazines or books at Barnes & Noble right now because of that fact, I think.
Justin, if you would have asked me that question on the air, that would have been exactly how I would have answered it. But it's just better coming from Phil
it's better
Steele.
than coming from,
the but I mean, I literally
guy.
would have almost gone word for word with what Phil just said.
Okay.
Because it's just absolutely true.
Okay.
Everything said is spot on. Okay, Phil, let's wrap it up with this. I always enjoy you telling us who's the team. I know you just told us, some teams that could be in the playoff, Notre Dame, going to fight, but you always have, like a team to watch. Like nobody's talking about Utah. I remember the year you were like high on Utah, and sure enough, man, they had a great season. Who is a team that nobody's talking about right now that we need to pay close attention to?
I'm going to can I throw 2 teams at you?
Sure, absolutely.
All right. Yeah, the first one, I'm going to go to the Big Ten country. Let's go out the Midwest there, Justin, and we're going to go to Wisconsin. And, when I looked at Wisconsin originally, I wasn't wild about the idea of them bringing in Phil Longo and a pass offense. But after talking to Coach Fickell and going over the squad with them, they're not abandoning the run by any stretch. In fact, the last 3 years, they haven't even averaged 5 yards per carry, which is shocking to me. They bring in Tanner Mordecai from SMU. And Coach Fickell feels that the threat of the pass game is going to keep 8, 9 guys out of the box. You're going to see Braylon Allen and Ches Malusi have wide open holes and gain more than that 5 yards per carry. They got the big offensive line. They were inexperienced last year. 3 returning starters on defense. This year they have 8. They go from number 107 on my experience chart all the way up to number 20. And then their schedule sets up well. Schedule's a big part of it, Darren. They've got Washington State, Purdue, Illinois, Indiana, and Minnesota on the road, all winnable. They get Iowa at home. They get Ohio State at home. And they catch Ohio State the week after the Buckeyes play Penn State. Really good schedule. I could see them being this year's TCU, or a team that wins 11 or 12 games and potentially makes the playoff, despite the fact they probably won't even be in the top 20 at the start of the year. And then the other one, let's go to SEC country and take a team that had a losing record last year, and that's Texas A&M. They are my number 1 most improved team in the country. And last year when I was talking to Coach Jimbo Fisher, going over the squad with them, we'd get to the end of a position, like offensive line, and he said, Phil, we're going to have one of the best offensive lines in the country next year. A lot of them said next year because they were number 124 in my experience chart last year. Well, this year they're number 14, so they're a much more experienced team. Last year they lost their top wide receiver, Anaya Smith, in week 4. They used 3 different starting quarterbacks. A couple of weeks they had 2 freshmen starting on the O-line. The defense was banged up. And yet, even in that miserable 5-7 year, they beat LSU 38-23. And against Bama on the road, they were at the 2-yard line at the end of the game, thrown in the end zone with a chance to win it, down by 4 points. They know you have the talent. They've had the same recruiting classes Bama and Ohio State have had the last 5 years. So they've got the talent. Now they have the experience. I think Texas A&M surprises a lot of folks. Could even win the West this year.
Boy.
I'll be honest. I am intrigued how the dynamic of Jimbo Fisher and Bobby Petrino is going to go. I really want to know how that dynamic and relationship is going to be this season, because according to you, it has to work, right? I mean, for them to be what you're putting out there. But I mean, those are 2 interesting personalities and dynamics to be working alongside each other, and Bobby Petrino and Jimbo Fisher. So, okay, I got it down. Wisconsin,
we'll look at it.
And Texas A&M.
Wow.
Look, in Phil we trust. And
it's
always
a tough neighborhood. It's a tough neighborhood where they are. But okay.
Appreciate it as always, Phil. Always enjoy talking college football with you, and we'll certainly talk to you down the road. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, sounds good. Thanks for having me on as always, guys. A lot of fun.
Outstanding work there. Phil Steele, his College Football Magazine 2023 is out. You need to check it out. You need to get it. You just heard him tell us why, and he's absolutely right. That's why you go to a team, and everything you're looking for is right there. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Our phone lines are open. 615-844-5600 is our phone line and text line. More of the Mcfarland Show.
Jones Z Electric is on the air saluting the brave men and women of our U.S. military. Their tireless efforts each and every day will never go unnoticed. Visit DAV.org to see how you can donate to our disabled veterans and make a difference today. This message is brought to you by Jones Z Electric. For all of your electrical needs in Nashville, don't call the rest, call the best at 931-308-3636. That's 931-308-3636. Jones Z Electric. They're professionals who care.
What happens when the thrill of Powerball meets the thrill of NASCAR? You get a chance to win an exciting trip for two to the NASCAR Championship race in Phoenix, Arizona. Plus, the chance to win $1 million in a special drawing. Enter the NASCAR Powerball Playoff Second Chance Drawing at TNVIPRewards.com between June 23rd and July 31st for your chance to win. The Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly. NASCAR is used with express permission. NASCAR LLC is not a sponsor of this promotion. Blast into big July fun all summer long. You won't need sparklers, spinners, Roman candles, or any other fancy fireworks. You'll be rocketing toward explosive top prizes of up to $500,000 with the all-new July Instant Games from the Tennessee Lottery. Hurry in and pick out your favorites today. Find them at your nearest Tennessee Lottery retailer. Only from the Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
I've got a unique vacation idea for you that's right here in the United States. If you're ready for a vacation that's fun and downright affordable, listen up. It's driving distance for many of you, so no planes, no airline delays, no hassles. It's Branson, Missouri, the entertainment capital of the Midwest. Live music for everyone. Branson has 3 beautiful, enormous lakes, water attractions, live shows, great food, and tons of entertainment. It's a perfect vacation for you and your family, or if you're retired and you want to have a great time. And you can stay in Branson for as low as $99 a night. Please understand, this is not a timeshare offer. It's a real vacation for as little as $99 a night. We've got a free vacation guide we want to send you right now. All you have to do is call for complete details. Get your free Branson, Missouri guide right now by calling this number.
800-413-3953. 800-413-3953. 800-413-3953. That's 800-413-3953.
It's the Mcfarland Show with Darren Mcfarland and Fox 17's Justin McFarland.
What's the right number of targets for DeAndre Hopkins in a game?
So for him to have the 5 or 6 catches a game that I need him to have in order to be successful, to me, you got to target him at least 9 or 10 times a game.
My number was 8.
Okay.
He has to be targeted at least 8 times a game. Again, you don't bring in these guys to be decoys.
The McFarland Show with Darren and Justin on Nashville Sports Radio WNSR.
Five-state forecast. Your exclusive National Sports Radio WNSR Skyscan forecast is a heat advisory from noon till 7 p.m. Sunny and hot today with a high of 100. Heat index 110. Mainly clear tonight, low 74. Sunny and hot Saturday, high 98. Utilizing the resources of the WeatherBug Network on National Sports Radio. I'm WNSR's meteorologist, Jim Rinaldi. Sports Radio WNSR.
You're listening to The McFarland Show live on WNSR Nashville Sports Radio.
Thank you, Big Boy Sky. Thank you, Phil Still. Good stuff from him. Man, he's good. Really good. Darren and Justin here with you on a hot Friday. We're here until 4 o'clock. Drew Maddox coming up at 3:20. We'll have a little fun with him. Let's go to the phone line. 615-844-5600 is our phone line and our text line. Actually, before we go to the phones, I do want to read a text that I did get a chuckle out of. Nate texted us going back to that first segment of the show, and Nate said, it sounds like you must have a U.S. patent or a trademark for Justin to believe you reporting anything. Is this true?
No, it's not true.
Okay.
And it's not, Darren, who I don't believe. It's NFL rumors, who I'm not a ginormous fan of. That's all.
Okay.
So it's okay.
Let's go to Tony. Tony, what's up?
Good afternoon, guys.
Good afternoon.
I sat and just chuckled and laughed to see that segment as y'all were just talking about, and Darren Justin just sits over and goes, yeah, okay. I think it's tickled. I told y'all on your very first show, I enjoyed the competition, not competition, but just the honesty both of you share. And if one of you disagrees with the other one or has some, you're real. You're not a fake radio show. You're real.
Okay.
And y'all just flat say, you can tell y'all been friends for a while, and you both got thick skin.
Well, look, you could say a lot of things about us, but you just said the thing that is absolutely 100% true, Tony. This show is real and authentic. We're not looking for clicks. We're not looking for shock value. We're not looking, for some of the stuff that goes on. We're not looking to fake debate.
Morning show and y'all show. That's what I love about all of y'all. It's just real. It's just like a bunch of guys sitting around the table and having a cold one and just talking sports, and that's what I really love about y'all.
Yeah, and quite honestly, I'll echo what you said. That's what I love about the show. So,
and but your guest you had just then, man, he brings it. I have seen his magazines before, and it's great. And Justin, thank you for asking the question about Austin Peay and them possibly. I say possibly. It's a fact that they're going to be going to FBS in 2026. Everything that I get that they're going down that road. So it's going to be fun to see what.
Well, at this rate, they'll be in the Pac-12. So,
Tony, I went out of my way to ask Bill King and Phil about that move in particular. And they both expressed that this is a money move here for Austin Peay. To make this, and it's also a heavy investment on their part as well. So hopefully it works out for them.
That's true. That is true. Guys, I come across actually, I was seeing it on MLB the other night, and I was going to ask y'all, Darren, especially you being the baseball savvy guy that you are, and Justin, I'm sure you've got some good baseball knowledge. There have been 5 guys to have hit over 5 Hall of Famers that have hit over 500 home runs, and they did it playing with one organization. Can y'all name those 5? I named 3 of them.
500 home runs with one organization. Willie Mays.
And they're in the Hall of Fame.
Willie Mays, Ernie Banks.
That's one.
That's one.
That's one.
Willie Mays is not?
He is not.
Where the heck was Willie Mays? Other than with the Giants, unless you're counting.
Let's go through Barry Bonds. We saw Hank Aaron.
No.
Hank Aaron, no.
Okay, hold on.
It's not
Tony,
Babe Ruth.
Tony.
It's not Hank Aaron. It's not A-Rod.
How are we counting one organization? So, in other words,
Pujols.
Are the Milwaukee Braves and the Boston Braves and the Atlanta Braves 3 different organizations in this chart?
Different organization.
Okay, so that explains why Hank Aaron is now on the list here.
Well, Hank Aaron played for the Brewers at the end of his career.
He played for the Brewers. When they become,
but he hit
Brewers.
500 though with Atlanta or with the Braves organization.
Sammy Sosa has to be one.
Well, are you counting?
Nope.
Are we counting those?
No.
He's not?
See, no. The
Hey,
list
I
is
went
screwy.
through
There's
this
something
too,
going on with the
and
list. There's something going on with the list,
really
Tony.
startling.
Okay, I don't.
There's something going on with the list.
You got us. It's going to be. Look, the reality is
Here's
for
who
this.
I got.
It's got to be
The
old.
3 guys
old
that I
school.
got. The 3 guys that I got was Ernie Banks, Ted Williams, and Mickey Mantle. The 2 that I missed, Mike Schmidt.
Yeah.
And a guy named Mel Ott.
That's way back.
Many, many years
That's
ago.
way back.
They're
Mel
the
Ott.
only 5 to have played with 5 organizations, hitting over 500 home runs, and that are in the Hall of Fame.
Well, you said played with 5 organizations. Is that what you said?
I mean, well, no. I'm sorry about that. Played with one organization,
Okay.
hitting the 500.
Did Frank Thomas play for somebody other than Chicago?
He played for the A's and the Blue Jays.
Did he really?
Towards
Frank
the end of
Thomas?
his career. Yeah, end of his career. Look
Gosh,
it up.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
It's a pretty startling list. Pretty good question.
Oh.
But I said I was going to ask that to my buddies.
Well, we failed miserably. That's a good one.
Gotta go break.
Guys, my wife and I went to the pool this morning at 10 o'clock. The water temp was already at 92 degrees. We stayed 2 hours, and I'm now in the comfort confines of my den.
Look, it's tough being you, Tony, but somebody's got to do it, right?
Somebody's got to go down there and test the waters. There you go. Y'all saw what I did there.
Thank you, Tony.
All right.
Have a
Hey,
great
guys,
weekend.
Have a great weekend.
Yep, you too. We'll come back, wrap up the first hour of the Mcfarland Show next.
Green Line Landscaping is on the air saluting the brave men and women of our U.S. military. Their tireless efforts each and every day will never go unnoticed. Visit DAV.org to see how you can donate to our disabled veterans and make a difference today. This message is brought to you by Green Line Landscaping. For residential and commercial landscaping and hardscaping, call the specialists today at 615-710-7067. That's 615-710-7067. Green Line Landscaping. They're professionals who care. Located at 5410 Murfreesboro Road in the heart of Laverne, City Slickers is one-stop shopping for all your liquor, beer, and wine needs and has been a multiple winner annually in the Best of Rutherford County voting for Best Liquor Store and Top Wine Shop. Featuring the lowest prices, the best customer service with unsurpassed knowledge, City Slickers offers the largest craft beer selection in Rutherford and southeastern Davidson counties and has beer on tap at its Growler filling station. City Slickers also sells mixers, sodas, snacks, tobacco products, and the Tennessee Lottery, and can place special orders and assist with all your events and even wedding planning. Make sure you follow City Slickers on all their social media or just give them a call at 615-280-7469. That's 615-280-7469. Located in the heart of Laverne, City Slickers.
Switch to Boost Mobile and get the ultra smooth, ultra powerful iPhone 11 for $49.99.
He didn't stutter.
See every angle with dual cameras,
Make it a double.
all on America's largest 5G networks.
Large and in charge, baby.
Get with the power of Boost and get the iPhone 11 for $49.99.
That's half a Benjamin.
Boost Mobile.
Unleash your power.
ID verification required. New customers only, at one per line. Additional restrictions apply. See boostmobile.com for details.
Welcome back to Total Wine. What brings you in today?
Hey, Ruthie. I need help filling the ultimate beach cooler.
Well, we have the most hard seltzers and amazing canned cocktails anywhere, like High Noon, Cutwater, White Claw, Truly, Topo Chico, Jack Daniels & Coke, Neutral Vodka Seltzer, and Cayman Jack Zero Sugar Margarita in cans.
Wow. I'm going to be the king of the cooler.
And we have them at the lowest prices in town. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, be 21.
Deerview Land Specialists is on the air saluting the brave men and women of our U.S. military. Their tireless efforts each and every day will never go unnoticed. Visit DAV.org to see how you can donate to our disabled veterans and make a difference today. This message is brought to you by Deerview Land Specialists. For quality service that goes above and beyond, call the pros today at 931-607-3519. That's 931-607-3519. Deerview Land Specialists. They're professionals who care.
Jim Rome is here weekdays 11 to 2 on Nashville Sports Radio, WNSR.
Give the show a couple of weeks. You're not going to like it. Nobody likes this show the first time they heard it. My wife hated the show. I married her. Give it 2 weeks. If after 2 weeks you can honestly say to me, you know what? I listened to every day for 2 weeks, and the truth is, I hate you more now than I did the first day. Then I'm going to be man enough to say to you, you know what? You probably aren't that smart.
Jim Rome, 11 to 2 on Nashville's original sports radio, WNSR.
Honest opinions, genuine conversations. The Mcfarland Show.
We'll have a little fun with Drew Maddox coming up 3:20. We'll tell you what he just did this week. Pretty cool moment for him. That's coming up in hour number 2 of the program. If you haven't heard, the news is not good on Jalen Ramsey, which is good for all the other teams in the AFC because that does weaken the Dolphins' defense. But unfortunately, he went down yesterday in training camp with a knee injury, and he needed a full meniscus repair, which the reports are he will not be back until December. So that must have been, he must have tore it up because I've torn my meniscus and it was quite honestly, compared to the other knee injuries, it was, dare I say, a piece of cake.
Yeah.
Like I've told people, if you're going to get a knee injury, man, meniscus is the one to get.
Yeah.
But apparently not this one.
Not this one. Well, then again, you're not playing NFL football either.
True.
So who knows what kind of condition it has to be. I'm sure he'll be able to walk before then. But, to go out there and play
in a professional
at an elite
game,
level, yeah, it probably takes a little longer.
Yeah, no new news on Joe Burrow. It's a calf on his right leg.
Yeah.
And so we wait and see.
And the Titans signed a new player.
They have. We'll get into all that to begin the second hour. Titans out on the field today. We'll get you some flavor from training camp today. Day 2 for the players. We'll do that in hour number 2 as you listen to the Mcfarland Show here on Nashville Sports Radio.
.560 AM, 95.9 FM, Brentwood, Nashville, 107.9 FM, Smyrna, Nashville's first 24-hour sports station. WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. In Alabama, police in Hoover have announced charges against Carly Russell, the 25-year-old who called 911 on July 13th to report a toddler wandering along the interstate and was later heard screaming on a phone call with her family and disappeared for days. When she returned, Russell claimed she was kidnapped. Hoover Police Chief Nick Durzis.
Hoover Police detectives obtained warrants for the arrest of Carly Russell through the Hoover Municipal Court for her actions related to faking her kidnapping and subsequently making false statements to detectives as they investigated this case.
Authorities say state and federal officers spent resources to search for Russell. Her attorney acknowledged Russell made up the story after she returned. More than 150 Americans under heat alerts today from Florida to California. The hottest temperatures of the season could be felt in the Northeast. Phoenix is seeing a rise in deaths, and the morgue is at capacity. They're bringing in coolers to help accommodate the bodies. This is ABC News.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No. We tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our client's best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Today on Hey Culligan, how smart is your water? Here's Tracy.
Hey Culligan, I think my water might be dumb.
Good news, Tracy. Your water's not dumb. It's just not talking to you.
You can make my water talk.
No, but the new Culligan Smart Drinking Water System can talk to your phone to tell you when your water filters need changing and help you meet drinking water goals.
Now that's some brilliant H2O.
You said it, Tracy, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Here at Total Wine & More, you'll find what you love and love what you find. I like this flavored gin, but want something new? You'll love this one. Wow! Oh, you're good. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine & More. Pickup and delivery available at TotalWine.com. Drink responsibly, B21.
Listen, you can't handle the truth. It's about to go off. Live from the WNSR Strike and Spare studios.
Just a bit outside.
Now back to the Mcfarland Show with Darren Mcfarland and Fox 17's Justin Mcfarland.
Throw me the money!
Call or text now. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Call us or send us a text on the WNSR text line. 615-844-5600. 615-844-5600. Call or text. Same number.
Alrighty then.
Now, the Mcfarland Show with Darren and Justin.
Second hour of the Mcfarland Show. You can watch us this hour, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, or you can just listen to us anywhere in the world. It's that simple. You can listen live on our website, WNSR.com, the app. If you have an Echo,
we're all over.
There's all kinds of tools to listen to the show anywhere in the world.
We're like Pitbull. We're worldwide.
There you go. Thank you. 615-844-5600 is the phone line and the text line.
Yeah.
The Titans have made a decision on signing an offensive lineman.
Boy, and they signed a veteran too. Chris Hubbard, the offensive tackle. And Darren, I've been looking at him, and this gentleman has played a lot of football.
Yes.
He's been in the league,
9 years.
9 years. He's started 49 games. Played 85 games total, but 49 games. Did some starts for the Steelers and for the Browns. He's played a lot of football. Now, I think in the spot duty situation that he's in, where you need somebody to come in and play 6 games, somebody who is Mr. Been There, Done That, I think this is a smart and economical decision for the Titans, because their other target, George Fant, I believe, is the other target.
Mm-hmm.
Ended up down in Houston with the Texans and got more money, I think, than what the Titans were willing to pay.
Yep. Hubbard has started 41 games at right tackle.
Okay, there you go.
4 games at right guard. And then how about this? Three times he was an extra tight end.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then.
He was an undrafted guy. He played his college ball at UAB.
Oh, okay.
So he's
a Blazer.
Familiar with the area.
Yeah.
He initially spent his first 4 seasons with the Steelers, and then has played the last, or 5 seasons? 4 seasons.
Okay.
And then the last 5 seasons with the Browns. He's been very limited the last 2 years with injuries.
I've seen that.
So he's only played. He just started 5 games in the last 2 seasons. So he hasn't been available much the last couple of years. Hence, probably why they were able to pay him much less than George Fant.
Yeah, 6'4", 295, and listen, he can come in, do the job again. You can get 5-6 games out of him. This is what he's here for. A veteran, Mr. Been There, Done That. It's now. Listen, we don't know if he's any good, but on paper, it seems like this is a good move.
Another good move is getting Harold Landry back in the mix for the defense. A guy that was unavailable all last season, tore his ACL. He is back, and today he spoke for the first time.
It's been awesome. I mean, being away from the game for as long as I've been, missing all of last year, obviously you miss making plays in front of the fans in the games because, that feeling is just euphoric. But honestly, being away for that long, you start to appreciate and miss even more, just coming out here on the practice field and, hearing Jeff talk shit or just hearing your guys joking around. But at the same time, everybody's just out here grinding and having a good time. So, I mean, sorry, it's hot, but I'm ecstatic to be back. Oh, for sure. I mean, it's definitely an advantage because, obviously having the time that I had, this whole off season, it wasn't just about, my knee. I had a chance to also continue to improve my game and work on my game and not just, rehab, but to be able to do, my position work and stuff like that throughout the off season. It got me right where, we're right on schedule for this season, and I'm excited about that. Yeah, I mean it's a long process. I mean, throughout it, you're definitely frustrated a little bit because, there's times you're doing everything you can, and you feel like you're kind of staying the same, but then out of nowhere, you just stick to the plan, trust the people you're working with, and you make those jumps out of nowhere. And now being where I'm at, it feels great. I don't even think about it when I'm out there on the field, which is awesome. So, kudos to all the people I've been working with and the time and energy we put in, because it feels great. Sometimes it's off season, to be honest. Like, I was out here doing full speed stuff in the off season, so I would imagine before then. But no, it's felt good for a while. Now, I'm just, continuing to do what I do, making sure, that I'm ready to go out here and, practice, get these reps in live action. Honestly, just trust, working with the people here. I stayed here all offseason working with them. They kept my head, in a good space. And I don't know, I just feel like I'm a resilient guy, and I just feel like I knew at the end of the day that I was going to come back stronger from this. And, I just look at examples across the league, but, Nick Bosa is a guy that continuously came into my head, with what he did. And then, he came back and balled out, and then balled out even more the next year. So, expectations are high, you know what I'm saying? And, I worked my ass off to get to this point, and the people in here have helped me so much. So I just feel like, I feel great. No, I mean, I just talked to guys here like Ryan, Taylor, all the guys that have been through this. And it's just a weird process, and everybody's timetable is different. And, I just had to, like I said, just keep trusting the plan that was put in place for me. And like I said, I feel great, and that's what it's all about. Nah, man, I don't really focus on the past like that. I'm forward. What happened was I tore it a while ago, and now it's damn near perfect. No, it's responding good. It's feeling great pretty much every day, to be honest. And obviously, like, I'm doing stuff all day, every day to make sure I'm staying on top of it. But, yeah, no, it's responding good. And, like he said, the goal is just to keep increasing and keep ascending. Yeah, no, I mean, they've been awesome. Not just like, you see them flash on the field, consistently, but it's also like they're a culture fit here, in the meeting rooms and in the locker room. They're awesome to be around, and they fit in here well. Like, it's one thing to be able to contribute out there on the field, but to be able to contribute in the locker room and, to fit in with what, how we do things here, that's a big thing, and they for sure, they fit that here. We met at Exos when we were training for the Combine. But, yeah, no, we go all the way back to, I think it was 2018. I've kind of watched him from afar grow into the player he is now. Arden's awesome to be around. Like, it's insane. Like, as soon as he steps in the door, energy. And it's awesome. He's a really cool guy. Just from, like, a hand standpoint, like, obviously, like, it's been a while since – I've been able to go out here and do live action against, another player. So obviously it'll probably take me a week or so throughout this camp, with the type of player I am, to get that timing down with, my hands and my footwork and stuff like that, which is fine. But no, I just feel like I've improved from the standpoint of just like enhancing my pass rush moves, but also like taking a step in the new things that, in new techniques. I ain't trying to say too much, but in new techniques. Yeah, I mean, when you cut the film on, who won that rep. But yeah, I mean, Braves has to structure the practice in a way for like everybody's getting work in regardless of the end result of a certain play. But like, we know when we cut the film on like who won which rep. Obviously, people outside of the building, I feel like kind of sleep on us, but we're a confident group of guys here in the locker room, and we know what we have and what we bring to the table. It's the whole transitioning and stuff like that never crossed my mind at all. I mean, it sucks, don't get me wrong, but like, that's the NFL. I mean, the turnover's crazy. Braves and Rand, they're trying to put together the most competitive roster, and they're doing what they think can get us to that point, and that's just how it is in the NFL. I'm definitely stronger, more explosive, for sure, faster. I would say I was definitely probably just more strict on my diet, because I'm like into that stuff, and I was just doing everything possible to like make my knee feel better the next day.
There you go, Harold Landry of the Titans talking today to the media. It is good to see him back in the mix. This defense needs him back in the mix. A guy who led the team with 12 sacks the previous year in 2021 when he did play the full season, had 12 sacks, and we'll see. It's pretty interesting stuff that he's at. By the way, that was kind of the word today. That was the theme with everybody who talked today, that the defense, I don't know if dominated is the right word, but how about the defense won the day?
Defense had a good day.
The defense stood out. Maybe dominated is a bit strong, but the defense really stood out today. And we've talked about it on this show. And look, I obviously I haven't waffled. I haven't changed it. And there's no reason to. In fact, you would only feel stronger about it. And like I said, we talked about it. And when I was just asked recently on a podcast, do you believe this team can be a top 10 defense in the league? And I said, without any hesitation,
there's no
yes.
reason why they should not be.
Absolutely.
They've got Pro Bowl guys at all three levels of the defense. Jeffrey Simmons is a Pro Bowl guy on the defensive line. Harold Landry's a Pro Bowl level player at linebacker, and Kevin Byard is a Pro Bowl level safety. They've got Pro Bowl level players at all three parts of the defense. There is no reason why that defense could not be a very dominant one. They don't have role players. They may have role players, but they've got guys, cornerstone guys at all three levels who are in their primes. So they should be able to play.
Yep. So he is a welcome addition back out on the field. Also, it seems like another theme is, and I know a lot of it's people are getting asked about him. It's not like they're out there going, hey, if you don't ask me about Arden Key, I'm going to tell you about him. But it does seem like he is an addition that is quite welcome.
Yeah.
And you just heard Harold Landry say energy.
Yeah.
Basically, the minute he steps through those doors, he is an energy guy. And we've all been around that type of person, right? Like the minute they wake up, they are that way until they go to sleep.
Yeah.
Like it's, in fact, I know I've referenced people in the past, like, and it's not in a bad way.
No.
Just like I get exhausted at times just watching them, right? Just being around them, I'm exhausted because they're just full of energy constantly.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he's one of those guys. And look, that's a welcome addition. We welcome that in our little sports world, in our little youth sports. If it's a parent or a kid, somebody that is full of energy and keeps everybody upbeat and, in a certain mode, that is never a bad thing.
No, it's not.
In fact, it's welcomed in our little fishbowl world of youth sports.
No, he seems to be a great addition and a guy looking for an opportunity here too. Again, he's one of those, they signed him for 1 or 2 years for not a lot of money. He's looking for the bag. He's looking to make, because he's already 27. So, he's looking for that big second contract somewhere.
Yeah, and it, whether that happens or not, I think the one thing you can say about Rand Carthon, other than really DeAndre Hopkins, which you gave them, most of these are pretty much low-risk contracts.
Oh,
They really are.
Yeah.
Because going back to what I said before, where the theme today was the defense really stood out. The defense looked really good. In fact, I don't know if you took this out. I think Harold Landry was asked, how many sacks do you think you had today? And he said 7. I think that was Harold Landry.
Okay. I must have missed
I
that.
could be
okay.
wrong.
All right, then. But listen, would that really be all that shocking if he said that? For 7? It's just whatever scheme they were running. And listen, we also know this about camp. And
I understand. Like,
I used to think coaches used to scheme certain days for defense and offense to have positive days to build confidence.
Yes, that is true, though.
And I don't know if that's the case today.
Maybe not.
I'm just saying.
That I've certainly heard that in the past, as have you.
Yes. And actually seen it.
Yeah, well, and seen it, yes.
And see them running things that you go, okay.
Yeah.
But
just to prop up a team.
It's to build confidence.
Or a side of the ball.
Yeah, give some guys some confidence, some energy, some pop, and the ability to go out and do some things. So,
But I bring that up to say that apparently they got to the quarterback a lot today, and apparently a lot of it was on Dillard. Which, again.
Okay, now.
I know, but it's worth at least saying it. Look, if we're going to sit there and talk about all the good,
there's nothing wrong with that.
It's a one-day sample. Does it mean anything? No, but I'm just saying, a lot of this.
We don't know what the scheme was and all the different kind of stuff. And, but if it's a one-on-one situation, and if Arden Key or Harold Landry
was in particular,
beating,
who really stood out today,
if they were beating
Dillard
over there on the left side, then that's not, obviously that's not good.
Yeah.
Because that's the guy you're paying a lot of money to protect the quarterback's blind side, and but. And there were questions about him even before he got here. Was he really a starter, or was he really just a guy buried on a good bench?
We're about to find out.
We're about to find out.
Yeah. All right, we'll come back. We're also going to find out what Drew Maddox did this week. You're going to want to hear this story. We'll talk to him next here on the Mcfarland Show, Nashville Sports Radio.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Sponsored by Armstrong Pharmaceutical.
Bob's Steak and Chop House, located in the Omni Nashville Hotel, is a nationally renowned steakhouse specializing in the finest corn-fed Midwestern prime beef. The menu formula is simple: incredible meat, gigantic shrimp, fabulous salads, and decadent desserts. Start your experience at Bob's with the fried calamari or fresh scallops seared in Texas burnt honey. All the beef at Bob's Steak and Chop House are USDA prime cuts, from the traditional filet of tenderloin and ribeye to the adventurous Kansas City bone-in strip. They even have 2 different surf and turf options. And if you're looking for the other white meat, Bob's Steak and Chop House serves a dry-aged pork tomahawk with homemade applesauce. Fresh seafood is on the menu, from salmon to scampi, and even fresh lobster tail. For reservations, give them a call or log on to the Omni Nashville Hotel website. Bob's Steak and Chop House at the Omni Nashville Hotel.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-898-6155 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-898-6155. That's 800-898-6155. What do you have to lose? Call 800-898-6155. Again, 800-898-6155.
Hey, Tennessee! We're Zen Sports, the new sportsbook in town. We listen to your feedback on our competitors, so we designed Zen Sports just the way you wish. Set favorites, search and sort bets, and earn real cash rewards, saving you time and money with every bet you make. Find the bets you want, not those distracting bets that seem too good to be true, but rarely are. Best of all, withdraw your winnings in under 24 hours. So take control of your bets, because with Zen Sports, betting just got better. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 and up and in Tennessee to bet.
The Braves are absolutely rolling through the National League with some of the biggest wins and epic moments of the year.
2-2 to Matt, and a rocket to right field. This thing is into orbit. That's on the roof of the Chop House.
Tonight, the Braves are back in town as they bring the battle with the Brewers back home to Atlanta, kicking off a big weekend with Milwaukee.
Coverage begins this afternoon at 6:05 on Nashville's Brave Station, Nashville Sports Radio. Text the Strike and Spare studio now at 615-844-5600. You're listening to The McFarland Show with Darren McFarland and Fox 17's Justin McFarland.
Rolling along on this hot Friday, Darren and Justin live in the Strike and Spare Family Fun Center studio. Intern Alec is alongside. You can watch us every day, Monday through Friday from 2 to 4. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Or you can just listen. It's cool either way. Something that was done really cool downtown this week. I did something really cool many, many years ago. And you're going to have to help me with this, TV. I'm going to need TV Justin here.
Okay.
What was it that we had where in the middle of the day, I'm not going to sing Total Eclipse of the Heart, but it got dark.
Well, it was the total.
Was it the total eclipse?
Lunar eclipse? Yeah.
Total lunar. So I was actually close.
Yeah, you were.
I was going to sing a song.
Yeah.
I was
August of 2018.
Yeah, we did the show at the downtown Omni.
Okay.
The day it happened.
Okay.
And we went out on the roof, and it was really cool when it happened. It was
total darkness.
It was eerie.
Yeah.
Right. And that was cool. So that was a cool moment at the Omni for me. I've had
well,
other
for
cool
you
moments.
and the rest of the earth, yes.
Yeah, but it wasn't as cool as what our next guest did.
Okay.
At the Downtown Omni. Former Vanderbilt star, longtime CPA boys basketball coach, Drew Maddox is on the line with us. Drew, how we doing?
Darren, how are you? I'm doing great. I hope you guys are having a great Friday here in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, we are having a great Friday because we're indoors. So that's
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're now. It is hot, and it was hot during your experience. We'll get to in just a moment. You're currently in the business sector. Tell everybody what you're up to these days.
Yeah, I'm going on 2 years, Darren, and thank you guys for having me on. I really, really appreciate it. And 2 years ago, made a total career switch and felt the call and the pursuit to pursue an opportunity that my dear friend Chad Spencer, the founder, CEO, a company called the Dufresne Spencer Group, doing business as Ashley Home Store. We're the largest licensee of Ashley Home Furniture stores in the country. And he started to really present to me this opportunity of what his vision was for our team members. And he said, Drew, the way you coach, your vision for people, the way that you lead people in their becoming and in their story, I want to essentially align with the vision I have for our people and that coaching philosophy and strategy. And so, 2 years ago, I retired from coaching on the sidelines and started coaching in a totally different realm. And it has been a tremendous blessing since I said yes to that opportunity.
I love the sayings you put out there. You find really, really cool sayings, and I always gravitate to that because I'm going on year 5 of coaching my son's travel baseball team, and I'm always looking for inspiration to talk to them about. In fact, I just stole one from Mike Vrabel this week. He said that he got from Nick Saban. He said, average players want to be left alone. Good players want to be coached. Great players want to be told the truth. And I thought that was a fantastic saying.
Amen. Amen. And, you know, what you're essentially saying, it aligns with my coaching philosophy, which is there's 2 gaps that exist with human performance and us living up to and making the impact we're created to make. One is the potential gap of who I am today and who I'm becoming. And number 2 is who I am today and recognizing the needs of the world and the impact gap that exists between that. And so us as coaches and us as people that love young people as a part of sport, or whether it's our organizations, we're constantly taking people on those journeys of closing and shrinking those gaps of what it means to become all you were created to be in order that I can make an impact in the world. And the great coaches and the great teams and the great cultures and organizations do an incredible job of shrinking those gaps wrapped by the loving arms of inserting heart into the equation to make it a transformative experience rather than just a mere transactional experience.
I know you're still doing. There's no way that you're not doing basketball stuff. Like what basketball other than what we're going to talk about? What other? I mean, I know you. I see that you put something out there about Nike camps at CPA. So what involvement do you have currently when you're not doing the day job that involves basketball?
Yeah, you know, I'm constantly involved in the game, and so we just we'll wrap up tomorrow, year 16. Our partnership with Nike here in Middle Tennessee. We're over 20,000 players. We just crossed the 20,000 player threshold this summer. Have now been a part of our camp platform and our partnership with Nike. So really excited about that. I coach my sons, and I coach a 4th grade team, our Team Nike Select Travel Basketball program. We continue to run and have done that since 2007. And then obviously, you know, I do broadcasting. So last year I got back on the sidelines and I did a lot of color commentary for college basketball as well. So I'm staying involved in the game. I'm having discussion with coaches. I have a lot of friends that are a part of the coaching fraternity around the country, whether it be in the professional, college, or high school game, and continue to have those discussions about pushing best practice, philosophy, terminology, technical basketball aspects as well. So I'm staying very much aligned with the world of basketball.
I'm going to let Justin get into the details with you of what took place this week, but where was all this hatched? I mean, this was not, you know, trick shots is not something that you just started this week. Where did all this, give us the beginning point of when you got this, You know, I've seen all the crazy stuff you've done in your neighborhoods. You know, I mean, you've been at this stuff for years and years and years.
Yeah, so 2016, very simple and humble beginnings in our backyard, in our pool. My two sons, I have 5 children. My 2 sons were about 3rd or 4th grade at the time, and we had a pool basketball goal, and I jumped off the diving board and made a shot. Both of them were fans of Do Perfect, as kids are.
Yep.
And my one son said, "Dad, do you think you can do it again? I'm going to videotape you, and I want to send it. I want to send the video to DD&G." And I said, "I'm sorry about my voice, guys. I said, I don't know that I can speak."
You need a moment to clear your voice? Take a drink?
Darren, did you know that I had throat surgery years ago? I don't know if you knew that.
No, but I know coaches, you know, I mean, all the yelling and screaming you had to do over the years. So I know that you were always hoarse a lot, but no, I did not know that.
That's right. Yeah. And so it's just a constant struggle. I've done several speaking engagements this week, so I'm so sorry.
Wow. No, you're
good. We videotaped that shot, sent it to the grandparents. We posted on social media. And that particular summer, we did a shot of the day every day for 30 consecutive days. I get a call from Todd Rodamel at the Omni Hotel here in Nashville and said, "Drew, my family is in love with your shots. We love what you're doing. We love the joy you're creating. Hey, do you think you can make a shot off the Omni roof?" And I said, "You know, I've never met a shot I didn't like. Certainly a shot taker. Didn't necessarily make that as many as I would have liked, but I'll definitely take a shot and let's go try it." So that summer, to conclude, summer of 2016, we made a shot off the Omni roof. That shot went viral. Good Morning America, Ellen Show, ESPN, you know, and it just became something that took on a life of its own. So that when we returned the next summer, every one of our Nike basketball camps, we would do a shot of the week. And, you know, obviously kids and families and people fell in love with them, and then the rest was history.
Drew, what's your goal with this? Like, how big do you want this to get, and why?
Do you want to go perfect big?
I don't know that I'm set out to build a brand like that, but what we're trying to do is allow kids to dream, to see the struggle in the pursuing of a dream, the joy that is created when you fulfill a dream, when you see something, you prepare for something, you execute on something, you do it in collaboration with others. You constantly deal with struggle and challenge and hardship, and you keep coming back and taking the next shot, and you keep responding to what happened, and that's life. And so we really just are trying to create life lessons that run parallel to what we're doing. And then at the end of the day, we're trying to create a smile that's on your face. And when you see that ball go through the basket, regardless of who you are, what your age is, what your background is, it doesn't matter. When you see that ball go through the net, you lose your mind. And you, for that moment in time, have tremendous elation and joy in your day. And that's what we're trying to do. And so over the years, if I would keep you guys on your show long past your time if I continue to tell you how many people and how many stories and how many words of encouragement literally from around the world, from military people serving overseas to people on other continents to languages. I'm talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of people now into millions and millions and millions of views have been blessed and encouraged by the effort of these videos.
So is that the purpose of this, Drew? Is just to encourage other people, or are you trying to get a message out? Or I'm still looking for, I know what you've done with it, but is this what you set out to do with this?
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. My life's mission statement is to leave people better. I want every interaction, anytime your story collides with my story or anything that I'm doing, whether it's a video or you hearing me speak or a post on social media, or we come together with a conversation that ultimately you leave better. And so that's what we're trying to do. But when you see a video like that, you leave better because of it. And that's as simple as it is. In this case, with this particular one, obviously there was a business component tied to it. So you guys will start to see a long-form story video of a joint venture with Ashley Home Store and the Omni Hotel. And as a result of that ball going through the basket, we also are donating over $10,000 of beds to our Hope to Dream, where kids that do not have a bed in their home will be able to sleep on a bed that will be given to them. And so that was the other celebratory thing that came out of this endeavor as well.
Drew, do you have to work with the facility? Like, have you ever made a request and a hotel or a skyscraper or somebody was like, "No, Drew, we can't do that, man. Listen, you can't be leaning out of the window 30 stories up like this. It's a liability. The basketball, we don't know where it's going." Have you had some rejection with any of this?
Oh, well, we haven't, because I haven't really been out trying to, hustle or to do this. The Omni and Todd Rodemel are great friends. This was our third shot on their roof. We've done one from the Bridgestone Arena. We've done one next door to the Music City Convention Center as well. So the city of Nashville has been extremely supportive. Todd Rodemel and the Omni Hotel, extremely supportive. So, yeah, no, we haven't – I'm not out, hustling and looking for the next big iconic building to do this out of. It's just really doing it with people that we love and doing it with our friends, and that's essentially where it came from.
How high up were you?
On this one, we were 258 feet up in the air. It was the highest shot ever made while sitting down. But we have made a shot from a higher part of the Omni Hotel at the top of their tower all the way down to Fifth Avenue maybe 3 years ago. We set a world record for the highest shot ever made while blindfolded on that shot as well.
And, of course, I did see where you were picking your chair, so you picked one from Ashley Furniture. That was smart. That was a good call. Yeah, they have chairs.
They do have chairs.
That's right. So how many, as we let you go, how many, I guess takes is maybe not the right word, but maybe it is.
Attempts.
Yeah, how many attempts?
Yeah. It took 71 shots. I made it on the 71st one. It took 24 minutes. Once again, that's where we're not like Dude Perfect. I love doing it in front of an audience. We have a weird knack of being able to do it pretty quickly. And so, yeah, it was really, really fast. And
how many were really close? Like everybody went, oh.
Well, I knew within 3 of making it that I was about to make it.
Oh, okay.
The wind had died down, and it's almost, Darren, like a golf shot. I started shaping that ball. I was playing a right to left. You shoot a knuckleball from height because you don't want backspin for the carry forward, so you shoot a knuckleball through the wind. And I knew within 3, with the wind, the way it died down, that we were about to make it.
Outstanding. That's outstanding. Well, it was cool to watch. I can't wait to hear what's next. It's always good to talk to you. Don't be a stranger on this show. We love it. Keep up the good work, and you and the family have a great weekend.
Thank you so much, Darren. You guys call me anytime. I love being on with you.
Appreciate it. Drew Maddox, former Vanderbilt, great longtime CPA boys basketball coach, is one heck of a basketball player and one heck of a great guy, as you just heard right there. So really cool to have him doing that
and
this
a new
week.
trick shot artist now.
Yeah,
How
no
about
doubt
that?
about it. So congratulations to him. We'll come back. If you want to jump and be a part of the show before we get out of here today at 4 o'clock, you can do so at 615-844-5600. That is our phone line and our text line. More of the Mcfarland Show coming up next here on WNSR.
Just because you can't see it or smell it, radon gas is everywhere. Caused by natural radioactive decay, it is the leading cause of lung cancer in women, children, and non-smoking men. And with Davidson County homes testing higher than the national average, now is the time for radon testing. Radon Mitigation is Nashville's licensed and NRPP certified radon mitigation company who can test your home, install systems, and maintain continuous meters for daily readouts on their simple-to-use app. Or you can test at home yourself by picking up one of the free DIY at-home test kits. Let Alex and his team at Radon Mitigation make your home a clean air home. Give them a call today at 931-47-RADON. That's 931-477-2366. Or online at ChooseRadont.com. That's ChooseRadont.com.
Hey, I'm Alex with Radon Mitigation. Proud sponsor of the Atlanta Braves on WNSR.
Are
Are you ready for a touchdown of flavor and excitement? Look no further than Sam's Place and Sam's Sports Grill, the ultimate destination for great food, fantastic drinks, and game time atmosphere that will have you cheering for more. Sam's is the place for every sports fan and food lover with over 40 TVs at every location. Sam's has a family-friendly atmosphere where everyone can have a blast. From their friendly staff to awesome kids menu, they've got something for everyone. Online at samsplace.net or samsportsgrill.com, or call and find the nearest location to you. At Sam's, the game is always on and the fun never stops.
Have you ever met a single person in your life that enjoys paying taxes? No, no one does. If you can't sleep at night because you have a huge problem with the IRS, I've got some free advice for you. This service is strictly limited to individuals that owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. And if you qualify, we can guarantee that you won't be writing a big fat check to the IRS, or our services cost you nothing. The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean right now, to learn more.
800-649-0142. 800-649-0142. 800-649-0142. That's 800-649-0142.
When was the last time you did something fun with family, friends, coworkers, and clients? What if I told you about a place under one roof that offers affordable entertainment for all ages? That's what you'll find at Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers in Donaldson, Hermitage, Tusculum, Hendersonville, and Murfreesboro, with bowling, games, food, drink, and entertainment for all ages. Enjoy an enhanced experience in Hendersonville or Murfreesboro, where they feature additional fun with bumper cars, laser tag, roller skating, and more. All locations are open 7 days a week, including holidays. Visit online at strikeandspare.com. Strike and Spare, where fun is bowling.
This is the Greg Vogue and John Burton Show.
You know, you never know who you're going to run into at Nashville. Here's
Well, you sure don't, do you, Greg? when J. Prue came in, I thought that was going to be the one, but it just didn't turn out very good. He wore the napkin over his face and stuff. And I don't know what we were doing, but it sure was a lot of fun.
Greg Vogue and News Channel 5's John Burton, WNSR, Nashville Sports Radio.
Welcome back to the Strike and Spare Studios. You're listening to The Mcfarland Show with Darren Mcfarland and Fox 17's Justin McFarland.
You darn tootin', big voice guy. Thank you for passing that along. 615-844-5600. If your dad's listening, earmuffs.
He's not listening.
Okay. Is he doing a baseball game?
He's out of town on a family reunion, so
Okay.
I doubt it seriously that he's listening.
Well, that's good, because his white socks. Gosh, it's hard for me to say socks. I always want to say socks. They have now traded Lucas Giolotti to the Angels. We know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're sellers.
Ronaldo Lopez also to the Angels. Lance Lynn to the Dodgers. Joe Kelly to the Dodgers. And now they have traded Kendall Graveman to the Astros. So they've traded 5 pitchers.
Yeah.
Trade deadline is the beginning of next week.
Yeah.
What is August 1st? Is that Monday?
That is Tuesday.
Tuesday. That's right. Tuesday. Yeah, so.
They are sellers. I mean,
Yeah.
And, they've made their decision, and they're going to try to reload and, go up for next year here. Or 2 years. I don't know where they are in their rebuilding process for the White Sox, but that's what this time of year is all about. Trying to figure out who's buyers, who's sellers. We've seen the Angels have decided to go ahead and keep Ohtani and roll the dice. So, we'll at least that name won't be moving. So we'll see what other big names could shake loose.
Dalvin Cook has told CBS Sports that the Dolphins are his top spot.
Really? Wasn't there a tweet out there earlier?
Well, that's what NFL Rumors tweeted out, that Dalvin Cook told CBS Sports. It didn't say it told them.
Okay. Wasn't NFL Rumors the same people who said Dalvin Cook was going to sign with the Jets like yesterday or a few hours ago?
But when things are swirling, that means they're on the move.
Things are swirling.
They're on the move.
And they're swirling.
You just never know.
Mm-hmm.
Raheem Mostert said he would welcome Dalvin Cook. I don't know about that.
I don't know if he
welcome him with open arms. Yeah,
I don't know about that.
My guess is he'd probably try to bear hug him and maybe tweak something. I'm just saying.
Like
I don't believe that.
A welcome to Miami.
I don't think Mostert really is in the mood to have Dalvin Cook come in.
I wouldn't want to see
I
Dalvin
got
Cook.
news for Mostert. He's going to get pushed to the side.
Probably. But, yeah.
But again, this is from NFL rumors, Justin, that Dalvin Cook has told CBS Sports that the Dolphins are a top spot for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the NFL rumors.
I know that.
That's a very accurate.
How you feel about that?
Very accurate over there, NFL rumors. NFL rumors has some interesting things to say about DeAndre Hopkins at one point as well. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like what?
NFL rumors says the top 2 choice for DeAndre Hopkins have now settled in to be the New England Patriots and the Cleveland Browns. That's from NFL rumors. They also said that there is a strong possibility that Deshaun Watson and DeAndre Hopkins could be reuniting with the Browns. That's coming from NFL rumors.
Okay.
A little while ago, before he decided to just go ahead and sign.
Remember, rumors are just that. They're just rumors.
Yeah. June 27th, update, the Patriots are believed to be the front runners for DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
NFL rumors.
Well, in fairness, there were a lot of other people saying that stuff too.
You know where they got it from?
NFL rumors.
NFL rumors. Get your own sources, y'all.
This is not a rumor. Let's hear from Titans running back Derrick Henry. He spoke today.
Yeah, I actually started the group message, and just trying to get us together as a camaraderie to start something up to help the market, to help guys that's been tagged this year, and on that Zoom call, having good dialogue, definitely revisiting that and do it again, just any way that we can help each other as a group, and just try to better the market for us in the near future. And but when you come to work, you got to focus and do the things you need to do to be a better player and be a great teammate and help your team. So come out here and improve.
The advantage of this, the fact that you guys can get on the field and remind people, hey, we do matter. The running game does still matter in the NFL.
Yeah, definitely. I just try to think of the future. Like I said, the guys that got tagged, I got tagged and had to go through that process. And it's tough right now. You feel what I'm saying? So just want to do anything possible to help show our value, do it on the field, but definitely try to be together as a movement to improve the situation. Because there's been times where the running back sometimes touches the ball more than the quarterback. Have y'all witnessed it? I'm pretty sure y'all have. So so just trying to show we are valuable as any other position. They use us in commercials and all over the place, and we just want our share due.
DeAndre said that you were a big reason that he came and signed with the Titans. What role did you play in any recruitment process of him?
No, we got to work out during the off season. He was in Dallas for a little bit, came by the gym, and we talked, and got to work out and got better. But definitely DeAndre is somebody that I always wanted to play with. Big fan of his game, and during the process he was trying to make a decision, and I was a little salty when I seen him in the picture with the Patriots, and I tried to keep my distance as much as possible, check in every now and then to see what was going on. But happy and glad he finally made a decision to come here, and happy to be a teammate.
Derek, so you organized that call for running backs? Is that right?
Yeah, I didn't organize a call. I started a group message. And Austin Eckler, he took it over and organized the call with the PA.
So did you guys come away with anything that can be actionable, anything that you guys can do to help change it or make this better?
I think it's just putting our message out there, revisiting the subject throughout the season, keeping track of guys, trying to help each other as much as possible. I thought that was a great start, having that Zoom call and having dialogue and guys speaking to the media, being outspoken on how they feel, and about everything and, seeing the situation. So, I think it's a start, but I think, what we did is headed in the right direction.
What do you feel like fraternity a lot there? And do you reach out to these guys individually, too, to support them, tell them to hang in there? Can you describe maybe how that goes behind the scenes?
Yeah, well, I just, saw that tweet that I replied to that everybody saw, and, you're crazy. And, at some point, we got to say something. We got to stand up for one another. So I just put a group message of all the top guys and all the RBs and, just had open dialogue, everybody writing and, saying how they feel. And, hopefully we get more and more guys on board and be a part of it and it be something big and hopefully changes to come.
Do you be interested in doing something like the tight ends do, like a tight end U? Because they've just put their name out there so much and the importance of that position, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I think that'd be big, because there's so many legendary RBs that have so much knowledge, and if we were able to start something like that and have them come out, just have like a weekend, a couple of days to soak up that knowledge from those guys and their experiences. I think that'd be great because I know a lot of guys to look up to, and all the stories, all the highlights, and all the great things we heard about them. It'd be cool to spend a weekend with them and be a sponge to all the things they learn.
Do you think kids who are great running backs, may say someone like you in high school now might choose linebacker, be more likely to try to look at another position?
They better.
Running back?
They better choose it how it's going right now, but no, we're trying to change it. But, I just tell kids to follow your heart. Whatever you have a desire in, a passion, and, what makes you most excited about the game and the position, you play that. And that's something you want to do, that's something you want to pursue, you want to be great at, and go do that. And I just want to be a light and somebody they can look up to that's trying to change the platform of running backs and trying to get our share due and try to do what's right.
Do you think you've been underpaid in your career?
Do I think I've been underpaid? I don't think so much underpaid, but I just think that the market's going down. So I just think, guys who've been playing at a high level, playing at an elite level, the game is based on production. And if you've been productive at a high level, consistently, then I think you should get your share due. I mean, you see these other positions that you hear about the stars, the superstars who've been productive, playing at a high level, some of the best in the league. They're getting these big contracts and getting their share due. And as a running back, we want the same thing. And that tag position, I was tagged, and we had to negotiate at a deadline. So I know how Josh, Saquon, and Tony and all those guys feel. So I just wanted to get a group together and try to start something, and I'm glad we did.
Derek, going back to that, there were a lot of people at that time saying, well, you just don't pay a running back. Why would you pay him? Obviously, it worked out well for the time. Do you feel like that story is at least something to show people actually you pay a running back and it can work out?
Hopefully, I just try to come out and work and be the best teammate and the best player that I can and improve my worth. And I feel like hopefully I'm a guy that, teams can look at and be like, it is a possibility. And there's some good backs out there that are doing the same thing. I know it's hard because we get hit a lot. Our career span is probably shorter than others, but still at the same time, when you have that window and these guys are being special and they're great talent, and they're making plays, and they're a franchise player, I feel like they should get their share due. Just because our time span just is not as long as others. It's a game of injuries. You're gonna get hit. Injuries gonna happen. But at the end of the day, as long as you have a guy that comes in, does what he's supposed to do, represent the organization in the first class way, then I feel like.
There you go. That's some good stuff from Titans running back Derrick Henry. We'll come back and discuss that to close out the week.
All right.
Close out Friday's edition of the Mcfarland Show. That's next.
Attention high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? The parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Tennessee needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
I switched to Boost Mobile and got a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone. Want to know the best part?
It was free?
Nope.
The fact that it's on America's largest 5G networks?
Nope. It's the ding.
Oh yeah, love the ding.
Right? It's all about the ding. It's the dingarooski, the dingarone, the ring-a-ding-ding.
Unleash your power to save with Boost. Get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone when you switch.
Boost Mobile. Unleash your power.
And the ding.
Limited time offer. New customers only. Available on select networks. 5G not available everywhere. One device per line. Tax excluded. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
Anywhere fans go to cheer on their team, there are behind-the-scenes MVPs ensuring everything is game day ready. We see you, Joe, fixing seats so every fan can enjoy every game. And Allie, who keeps her stadium running smoothly from the moment the first game starts to the last play of the season. At Grainger, you're our MVPs, and we're always here for you with supplies and solutions for every industry and 24/7 customer support. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Post-COVID travel is on a surge. Many of you are traveling for fun because you've been locked up for 2 years. Listen, whether you're traveling for fun to Italy, Greece, Spain, France, or somewhere else fun in the world, or USA, now is a great time to book before the crowds hit and save. Plus, with a strong U.S. dollar, you'll get more travel bang for your buck. Right now is a smart time to make your reservations and call low-cost airlines. With one phone call, you can let us do all the work for free. We'll shop hundreds of airlines, hotels, resorts, and give you a way to save huge money on your vacation plans. And if you call right now, we'll give you a free hotel room with a qualified travel purchase. So call right now.
800-704-1662. 800-704-1662. 800-704-1662. That's 800-704-1662.
Tennessee Pro Solutions is on the air saluting the brave men and women of our U.S. military. Visit DAV.org to see how you can donate to our disabled veterans and make a difference today. This message is brought to you by Tennessee Pro Solutions, serving Middle Tennessee with quality and pride for over 8 years. For commercial and residential roofing, excavation, and remodeling, call 615-389-3390. That's 615-389-3390. Tennessee Pro Solutions. They're professionals who care.
It's a Bill King Show.
If Nick coached another 7-8 years, I would not be shocked at all. I wouldn't be. Now, I'm not predicting it because I don't think you can predict that kind of thing. We don't know that. If he coached to 80, I would not be flabbergasted.
Weekday mornings beginning at 6 on Sports Radio 560 on 95.9 FM.
Give us a call, 615-844-5600. The Mcfarland Show with Darren and Justin.
You just heard some of what Titans running back Derrick Henry had to say today. Day 2 training camp for the players. They'll be back out there tomorrow. I believe tomorrow's when the fans can be a part of it for the first time. Remember, it's going to be a select dates.
Yeah, the fans who are going to be a part already know they're going to be a part.
They have been selected.
Yeah.
So it used to be able, anybody could just go out there, and that's just not the case anymore. But it has created quite the discussion. We know that Saquon Barkley did sign his franchise tag, his tender. He got some incentives, some signing bonus added on. So the number, by the way, for running backs is $10.1 million. Tony Pollard did the same thing. Mm-hmm. Josh Jacobs has gone off the reservation, who led the league in rushing last year. Look, it's a real thing. We've talked about it a lot. People are talking about it. Look, it's not their fault. It's the fault of the rules and the changes of the game.
Yep.
And allowing defenses to not do things that they were used to be able to do, which a lot of it was to slow down passing, right? And discourage passing and receivers going across the middle. And you were able to blow up receivers and you were able to blow up the quarterback, and really you can't touch anybody anymore. So that has really opened up the game, and it's made it conducive to pass. And so they're passing at a high rate. It's not running back's fault. I do think the one thing that has really jumped out at me, and this is really true, and this just tells you where the state of the running back position is today's game, is Cleveland Browns running back Nick Chubb, who said, we're the only position in the league where you hit a high mark and you are devalued the minute you do it. And I really had never thought about it until he said it. And he's like, and when he said it, I was like, wow, he's actually spot on.
He is.
You know, if a quarterback throws for 5,000 yards and 40 touchdowns, they're looking to get paid $300 million.
Yeah.
And teams are looking to give it to him.
Yep.
If a receiver goes for 1,700 yards and 14 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, my gosh, he's the best receiver in the league. He's due for a pay raise. A running back goes for 2,000 yards, and they're like, yep.
He's done.
That's the best he's ever going to do.
Yep.
It's only down from here.
Yep. No
And
matter
it's
how
like,
old he is either.
Wow. And I guess it just really never hit me until Nick Chubb said that. And that really is the one that has resonated with me is, man, he's right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what other position do you hit a very, very high mark when it comes to a number and an accomplishment? And teams tell you, well, you're not getting a raise from anything. That's the best we'll ever see from you. We'll never see this greatness again.
And here's the other thing that we need to start at least thinking about, and that is what's going to happen when the next generation of players don't want to play running back. And not to say that we won't have running backs on teams, we will. I'm just saying when guys who you know could be good running backs decide, I don't want to be a running back because they don't get paid. So I want to be a linebacker, or I'm going to be a tight end, or I'm going to be anything else.
Or whatever.
Except for a running back, or I'm just not going to play football because, running backs don't get paid, and I want to get paid.
Look, I think it's a real question.
That's going to happen.
Oh, it is absolutely going to happen. There's no doubt about it. I wonder if coaches are already starting to see that.
Yeah, especially on the high school and college
where
level.
Great running backs are like, I'd just rather switch positions.
Yeah, play tight end or something, linebacker, anything.
This is a position that they don't value.
Defensive end. You don't think Derrick Henry could be a defensive end?
They think that anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, that's going to do it for our show today. Everybody be safe and try to stay cool out there.
Please.
Have a great weekend, and we look forward to talking to you on Monday at 2 o'clock. We'll see you then.